Garden Center with another video for you guys today. We're going to talk about how to find the right pot for the plant that you pick. Picking out a pot size is really important. A lot of people will think that buying a big pot, putting a little plant in a big pot is going to give it a lot of room to grow really big if they want it to be a big plant, but that is not the case actually. Putting a plant that's too small in a bigger container could shock the root system. It just has too much space for those roots and it's just not gonna like having that much space. So a lot of times it's just gonna make it super vulnerable. Also with having a pot too big for your plant, you kind of risk overwatering or underwatering your plant. Buying a pot too tight for it can do the same thing. It's just gonna have no space for the root system to go anywhere. So it's just gonna freak out and also just start regressing in its health. So you really do wanna find a pot size 1 to 2 inches bigger and gradually move up as your plant gets bigger. Identifier of when you need to repot your plant again into a bigger size is a lot of times you can see just at the bottom it's gonna have roots start growing out, and that's a good just a good way to see if you need to repot it and make sure that you're giving your roots more space. So that's a good way to do it. If you don't have your plant in a nursery pot like the way that this is in, a lot of times you can still see it through the bottom drainage hole. So just look there. That's just a good way to know when you need to repot something. What you want to do is your average plants, like your tropical plants, you want to go about 1 inch to 2 inches bigger in diameter and in depth on average when finding a pot size. You don't want to get a pot that's about the same size as what it's already in, because it'll probably outgrow that pretty soon. So a good way to just kind of get a feel for what pot, you can stick your plant inside of here and kind of look for the gap in between the pot and your plant. And if it's about 1 inch to 2, then that's a great size for your pot and your plant. So that's going to be a great size for that one. For the Dracaena, I just picked out a slightly bigger pot, and you can just do the same thing. You want to just stick it in there, make sure that it's not too deep, not too much space on the sides. And so this is going to be a great size for this plant as well. A lot of the Sansevierias and ZZ plants, they do like to have their root systems really confined. So you want to get a pot more on those, on the size of what it's already in when you're finding something like that. Those are just kind of some exceptions of plants that will want a more confined space. But for the most part, 1 to 2 inches in diameter is what you're looking for in depth as well. If you guys have any other questions or problems with finding a pot size, we're always happy to help. And that's how you pick out your pot size for your plant. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.